So the audio that you're hearing right now is from the DJI Mic 2. Also, this video is going to be published in 360 and in flat options. So if you're watching the 360 version, you can see the link down below to go watch the other one where I tracked it in post. Pretty cool. And then I'm going to be showing you the camera audio versus the Bluetooth audio versus the DJI Mic 2 with the receiver audio. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to crank this guy all the way up to the sky right now. So everybody's wondering, is this audio good enough? You'll notice that my back is to the camera as you're seeing me walk around this pool right now, and the mic is on my chest, which is a normal location for the mic to be. Now I'm facing the camera and you can see kind of the quality that you would be getting as I'm walking around the pool. What I can say is overall, the DJI Mic 2 Bluetooth to the camera actually works pretty good. Like, it's not terrible. There's a few scenarios where it's not as good. But in general, I've actually been more impressed with the X4's audio than I was expecting. When it was connected to the X3, it wasn't nearly as good. Now, I'm going to lower the camera. Obviously, it's pretty high up there. And we're going to bring this guy all the way down, just so you can see me walk around the pool at a level that I think would be more normal for it. We're also going to switch the mic location here. My goal with this channel is to give you the information you need on the stuff that you want so you can make the better buy. So you can decide whether or not you actually want to invest in a $100 mic 2, just the plain mic with the Bluetooth, and if that would be good enough for your situation. You can see that I'm holding the mic about 6 inches from my mouth, just out in front of me talking, so you could kind of expect this sort of audio. If you're talking with other people and the mic's moving around, that's that. Also, if you're watching the 360 version of this published video, could you give me a like and subscribe, just because I haven't seen other people do the 360? Like, everybody's publishing footage from the X4, but no one's doing the 360 option. And you could actually be watching me walk around this camera right now in 360. Now, if you're watching the flat version and you want to see the 360 version, click the link down below. The flat version is going to have it tracked me, which is actually really amazing. I've been exceptionally happy with that in general. So I'm going to move the mic now to the place that I normally have it, which is clipped onto my hat. And so you can hear the audio coming out of it now. The one thing about this option is you do not have control over the mic audio. Everything is being processed by the X4. You can change, I guess, some of the settings for the mic before you connect it, but in general, you're basically just going to get whatever settings you have. I have this mic set at a flat setting, so you can kind of expect that. You could do some of the other settings there, but in general, this is what you're going to get. So let me know what you think. If you like it, please jump in the comments. We are now going to switch over to and the sun just came out, so you're getting some nice lighting differentiation here. We're going to go ahead and turn the mic off now and go straight to camera audio. So let's shut this guy off. So now what you're hearing is just straight camera audio. I've got the active noise canceling wind isolation turned on, like it's the new setting for the X4. I've actually been pretty impressed with the audio of this camera. So if we just walk around the camera really quickly, you're gonna kind of hear the audio. And what I can say is they've done a pretty good job. When you're near the camera and it's not super windy, it's fine. As soon as you hit wind, yeah, it starts to fall apart a little bit. But watch what happens when we lift the camera up at a distance from me, okay? You're still going to be able to hear me while this camera goes up. You can see that you're just rising up, and if you're watching this in 360, you're going to have to be looking around. If you're watching this in the flat profile, then obviously I'm right here and it's tracking me. So I'm going to keep talking at normal volume. Well, I'm going to raise my voice a little bit. You're going to hear the pool machine over to the side there, because this camera's about 15 feet from the pool machine. And obviously I've raised my voice a little bit, talking pretty loud, but kind of get an idea of the audio that you would be getting if you're away from the camera, no Bluetooth, just trying to get some audio, ambient sounds, that kind of stuff while you're doing things. I'm obviously in the middle of our complex. It's like a fishbowl kind of thing. And let's go ahead and turn this sucker down here and pull it back down. Ding, 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 ding. Welcome back to ground level. I'm going to walk back around the pool really quickly, just so you can see, because the mic will be a little bit closer, not a ton. But again, if this is helping you, could you please like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to give people the information they need on the stuff that they want so they can make a better buy, you specifically. And that means I run all these tests so that you can get the experience and decide whether or not it's the right thing for you. I actually have a private community that I'm going to talk about in just a second, but this is going to be the end of the standard audio test. Now we are going to go to my favorite audio, which is the Mic 2 with the receiver. So if you would look over here really quickly, I'm just going to turn the camera this way as we come over here. And I'm going to grab this little setup here. Okay. So actually I don't need this pole. We'll grab that in a second. All we're going to do is plug in the Mic 2 receiver into the X4 just like this. It takes just a few seconds. I already have the Mic 2 receiver on the side. It's been there the whole time. So as far as, like, you know, experience wise, that's what you're getting. Now the audio is coming through the Mic 2. I have the Mic 2 set at -12, and then what I'm sending into the camera is at 0. It's a flat thing. So that's what I found to be pretty good if I'm holding the mic right in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead and lift the camera up just for fun, but here we go. So I've got the mic, you know, about a foot away from me right now as I'm pulling up this pole, and you can kind of hear the audio you're getting. One thing you should have noticed immediately is the noise isolation, because I have noise isolation turned on for this mic, and it's pretty exceptional. I'm going to go ahead and move the mic to my shirt so you can hear what it sounds like when it's just clipped in what I would say is the normal place for most people. Okay. I haven't played around a ton with all the settings. I think you can certainly fine-tune this better than I even have it, but I played around enough to kind of find what I think is decent for what I would usually use. Obviously more use is going to get to a better place, but again, I've got the mic at -12, and then I have the output at the flat, like it could go plus or -12, and then the gain on the X4 is at 0. So that kind of gives you an idea as I wander around this little sucker in this position. We're going to go ahead and lower the camera back down. Obviously, if you're watching the 360, you could have been looking around as we're going, and if you're watching the flat version, which has just been tracked to me, then you can just, you know, watch as it tracks it around me. So we're going to go ahead and spin this guy right here, and we'll walk away. I think that in general, this is probably the best situation. You could go to +6. I'm going to go to -6 in just a second so you can hear that audio. Just kind of give you a couple of different options to listen through. But what I found was the -12 was actually the best for what I was doing. We're going to go ahead and throw this guy on the side of my face really quickly just so you can hear the way the audio comes through if it's kind of like in this position, partly because this is how I would normally film, and I think that it's helpful. Again, I'm talking throughout this entire video because I want you to be able to hear all the different audio stuff, and the X4 is incredible. We're going to go ahead and raise the gain now to -6. All right, so again, I'm still flat in everything else, but you should have heard a small increase in the volume on the other end, and in general, it's not a huge increase, but it will let you kind of see. The main thing that I think is the takeaway here is that you have a lot more customization with the Mic 2. If you already have a DJI Mic 2, all you need to grab is the X-Mount 360 and the adapter for the X4, and now you get to go to a extremely high quality audio. You are going to want to play around with it, kind of figure out your favorite settings, but once you do that, you've opened up a huge opportunity for yourself in the sense of you can have 2 mics, you can have intelligent noise canceling, you can have 32-bit float, you can have internal recording. Like there's just a lot of benefits to that. You can also see your levels and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and drop this guy onto this area, which is where I think, again, most people are going to wear the mic kind of right here. And we'll go ahead and take another lap around the pool, and you can look around and follow me if you want to. But I think that for most people, the in-camera audio is decent. Obviously, if it's windy, you're going to lose that, and I definitely have seen that issue. I made a vlog video that I'm going to be publishing later that you'll kind of see how that wind impacts. And then the mic to Bluetooth, the Bluetooth option is actually pretty good. I think for most situations, especially just like clipped onto your shirt, talking to the camera, I think that that's like perfectly fine. The X4 has, in my opinion, done a much better job handling that kind of audio. But then if you want to have 2 mics, if you want to have the internal recording, if you want to have the 32-bit float, if you want to be able to see your levels, if you want to be able to do other stuff, then I do think the Mic 2 is a great option. Personally, if you don't want to spend, you know, the $350 for the full Mic 2 setup, you could just go with $220 for like just the receiver and the transmitter, and then you're going to spend, you know, a little bit more. You just got to decide what you're after. Obviously, for me, in my case, I am doing tech reviews. I'm trying to build out a channel that is focused on giving people the information they need on the stuff that they want so they can make a better buy. Like, that's the vision, that's the guiding focus. So I'm going to get this kind of tech for that reason. If you're just, you know, a person at home running around filming your stuff, I don't know. I think the Mic 2 just by itself with the Bluetooth might be good enough for almost everyone in their individual situations. It's just something to consider. All right, now this next part is just going to be so that you can see how easy it is to switch the camera. This is the Falcam F22 quick release plate. I'm actually doing a giveaway for one of these inside of my community, The Better Buy, this month. It's just a fun little thing. I try and do giveaways every month as often as I can, but I want you to kind of see how the 360 footage versus the flat footage works. And you can go watch whichever other version of the video you're not watching right now later. I'm going to go ahead and throw this camera out in front of me, just like this, as we walk around. So I have a private community that is dedicated to this kind of stuff. It's got a great group of people in there already. We're almost at 100 members, and I'm really excited about that. It's just a great place to learn and grow about tech, to ask questions. There's so much fun stuff. I actually saw some people talking about like hot air balloon videos and trying to get some ideas, and honestly, it's just fun. It's great to be part of a community that's interested in the same things, that wants to help each other out in the same way. And I'm trying to do giveaways every month. I don't know how much I'll be able to do that. It just depends on how quickly the community grows and how quickly this channel grows. But my goal is to invest as much as I can back into the community, the YouTube, and all that kind of stuff. So if you are enjoying this, could you please like the video? I've asked at least twice, I think now, but it really does help. It makes a difference. I didn't realize how much it made a difference until I got more into YouTube. And obviously subscribing helps as well, but joining that private community is going to make a massive difference to let me help more people, but also for your own benefit. Like, people are just helping each other in there, and I love that. So that's my goal anyway. If you've enjoyed this video, you know, and you want to ask more questions and stuff like that, you can always jump in the comments. I love jumping in the comments. I try and get to every comment, so that's really helpful. I'm going to switch the Mic 2 over to another setting really quickly. If you're still here, we're going to go up all the way to the flat level. So this is at 0 now. So everything is even keel all the way around, and you can kind of see what's going on. Now, these file sizes are pretty big. If you're someone interested in the X4, you know, 5.7K, 60 frames per second, exported at the highest bit rate, you're talking like a 12 gigabyte file plus. All right, so you just need to be aware of that if that's something you're trying to figure out. But I think that if you're willing to just do other stuff while those kinds of files export, I don't save my files anymore. I just use them until I've uploaded them and got that stuff set, and then I delete all of them. I'm not interested in keeping all this footage. The goal is to get it on YouTube to help people out and then, you know, move on. So I don't have to have a ton of file storage. And as far as time, for me, the time is, you know, I can set it to export and I can go do other things. I can set it to upload and I can go do other things. So it's not really that big of a deal in that sense. I really, the quality of this X4 has kind of blown my mind. I didn't think the X4 was going to be this much better, but I personally think it is. So if you're still here and you've enjoyed this video, you should stick around because we're going to keep having fun. And I guess that's it. So I'll see you in the next one.